Hello and welcome. This is Rooflemonger, my friends. We're here to talk about Project L just one more time. And in today's video, I want to talk about who's likely to show up in this game. So the League of Legends universe has well over 100 characters. I believe League of Legends is currently at like 140 or so characters right now. So to say that there's a wealth of characters to pull from is certainly an understatement. And at launch, at least, it's not going to have like a 100+ roster for sure, right? It'll probably be somewhere between like 15 to 25 characters. And obviously enough, some people are more likely than others to make it into the game. So let's talk about that. So who do we know for a fact first who is in the game? Well, we have Echo, Jinx, Darius, and Ahri, obviously enough because these characters are presented in the trailer. But there is one more character actually, and that is Katarina. So in the initial footage from a couple years ago, you can see Katarina in concept art stuff, and yes, there is even straight up footage of Katarina. And it's hard to glean gameplay from such a small amount of footage from obviously like a pre-alpha thing, but at the very least, she looks fast. She has like Shunpo style mix-ups. She'll definitely be like a rushdown / mix-up style of character. Obvious enough even from this very small amount of footage. So that's 5 characters basically we have right now. And obviously there's going to be a lot more than 5. It's a team / tag fighter after all, right? You're going to need a decent sized roster. So who else is very likely to make it in? Your first stop has to be at the runaway success of Arcane, the League of Legends show that debuted on Netflix not too long ago. Massively popular, incredibly highly rated, everyone loves it, and it features some very specific League of Legends characters. Jinx and Echo, obviously enough, are already in the game, but someone like Vi, who is effectively the protagonist, co-protagonist along with Jace. Caitlyn as well, these are all major characters in the show, and they're already very popular characters in League of Legends, and becoming even more popular with the show. You gotta assume these 3, Vi, Jace, and Caitlyn, are near givens. Especially because all 3 so easily translate over to a fighting game. Vi is woman with 2 giant hands. And so spoilers, she can definitely punch you in the face really hard, rush down really hard. A lot of her moveset is just about smash, smash, smash. So for her, a fighting game moveset is one of the easiest things you can think of, honestly. Just big brawler moveset, probably lots of plus on block normals, guard breaks, all that kind of stuff. Caitlyn literally has a sniper rifle. This writes itself. She's the zoner, right? And she already in her base moveset in League has a lot of traps, right? Slow your movement down, control your ability to move around. So trap zoner, easiest thing in the world. Once again, moveset wise, completely writes itself. She's a zoner. Jace is literally a stance character. Hey, here in fighting games, we know a thing or two about stance characters, don't we? So he has hammer stance and basically projectile stance. Either he smashes you with the hammer or he can turn the hammer into a gun that shoots lasers. So an up close focus, stance change into a zoning focus. All this stuff, easiest things in the world to translate over into a fighting game sense. So on top of already being popular characters, on top of already getting even more popular thanks to the Arcane show, these guys translate over super easy, and well, frankly, these characters will be just plain popular. There's obviously more League of Legends characters than just those in the Arcane show, but those are the 3 big ones that stick out. There definitely can be even more people from the show that can make it in, like say a Singed, Victor, but also maybe people you don't think about. Like Savika, the Enforcer, Mel, the Counselor. There is rumors these characters are going to be added to League of Legends properly. And if they are, fair enough, fair game for, well, the fighting game, and they're already popular in Arcane, the show, people know who they are, so that kind of works out. Now, obviously enough, not everyone from Arcane can be considered, right? Like, this is not the only inspiration you have, because you have the actual League of Legends game, sure enough. Arcane's popular and all, and that's great, but how about other characters that are just popular in League of Legends in general? How about someone like Yasuo? Yasuo is one of the most popular characters in League of Legends, period. He's one of the most picked champions in the game. He's in front of all sorts of the marketing. And, well, he's Samurai Man, right? And Samurai Man can definitely find its way into a fighting game. As far as characters that can go into Project L, you gotta look at Yasuo as a top pick. Using that exact same logic, we have to look at someone like Lux. Lux, also a very highly played champion in League of Legends, also in front of a lot of the marketing, and just plain popular all around. And she shoots a lot of lasers and beams. That's what she's very famous for. So easily enough, beams in a Marvel versus style game, that can definitely work. And then you got someone like Teemo. Do you dare not put Teemo in your game? That's the real question. Teemo is one of the mascots of the franchise. Now, obviously enough fighting game wise, the issue we run into is he is very small. He is a little boy, right? So how do we make that work? We don't want Soul Calibur 4 Yoda. That happened the one time and it scarred the fighting game community ever since. Now, versus games are no strangers to characters that have large size disparities. From, you know, like say a Teen Gohan, Kid Buu in Dragon Ball FighterZ, Roll in Marvel vs. Capcom 2. There's definitely been very big characters and very small characters, so it's definitely something that can work. Just make sure you don't have too many attacks whiff over his head. So that's a bunch of popular Arcane characters. That's a bunch of characters that are just popular on their own. But what about characters that just truly fit the fighting game mold? Maybe they're not the most popular characters, but they would definitely work out fantastically in a fighting game. To that end, Samira has to be the first pick. So she's just straight up Dante. Like, yeah, it's sexy Indian lady Dante, but Dante nevertheless. Like, her whole gameplay mechanic is to build your combo ranking. So, you know, B to A to smoking 6 style S rank. She straight up has Dante's Stinger move, has the pistols to work with on top of the sword. Everything about her is Dante. And I don't gotta tell you, Dante kind of has a history in fighting games. The Dante function, as it were, would definitely work in Project L. To the point when she was first announced, I very much think she was announced in League of Legends, but she was designed first for Project L. Maybe I'm crazy, but we'll see. She definitely, above everyone else, will fit the fighting game. You're gonna need a big character, and Nautilus is about as big as it gets. Like, yeah, Darius is kind of big, but not Nautilus big. We need our Hulk, we need our Sentinel, we need our Juggernaut style of character, and Nautilus is definitely a guy who fits the bill. And hell, fighting game move-wise, he literally has Get Over Here as one of his base moves in League of Legends. He catches you with that giant anchor, and you both smash into each other. A little less nuanced than Scorpion, more he's just crashing his entire massive body into you. And because you're caught, there's no escape. And you always need the oddball character, right? The one that nobody expects. So I don't know, Urgot? I don't know, I'm actually just a fan of Urgot personally. I think he's really cool. If you remember like Giant Enemy Crab God, I remember that meme was pretty cool. And you can even make him friendly for the kids. So that's some of my thoughts on the matter on who has strong chances to make it into Project L. Obviously enough, Project L is a whiles away, right? But League of Legends having so many characters, everyone, even the less popular characters, will have their diehard fans, right? And even if they're not popular, people will be fighting tooth and nail to see their inclusion into the game. And with that, I toss it to you. Who do you think is likely to make it into the game? And following that, who do you want to see in the game? You know, what character do you like? What moveset? How do you think they would play in the game? Even if they happen to be an outside chance, let me know, because I know so many people are passionate about these characters, and let me know what you think about it. Otherwise, well, we're at the end of the video. So thank you very much for watching. Hope this video has found you well. Go out and play some Project L whenever that comes out.
This is the love making.